Hello. What's up, you guys? Welcome to Don't Think, episode 2. This is the podcast for people whose brains simply never shut the fuck up. I'm your host, Carla Bazanson. Thank you so much for joining today. And I need to start this episode by just making a little caveat, okay? If you are someone who knows who you are with conviction, you love yourself deeply, you're sure of yourself, this episode is not for you, okay? You're welcome to stay. I would love to have the listenership. Please, if you want to see how the other half live, if you want to be like, wow, that sounds terrible, I'm so glad I'm not like them, then please do stay. But this episode, it's for my people pleasers, my fellow people pleasers, my fellow anxious minds, okay? In fact, I want to play a quick little game. If you relate to any of the following, this episode is really going to hit home for you, okay? So number 1, you rehearse your Starbucks order in your head like literally 7 times before saying it out loud. And then you still manage to fuck it up. And you're super embarrassed about it, even though you'll never see that person again. Me every day. Number 2, if someone asks you like a simple question, where do you want to eat? You'll continue to say, oh, I don't care. Wherever you want is fine, despite the fact that you actually have a strong preference. And then you'll end up eating somewhere you absolutely hate. And you're miserable. You're like, yummy, this is so good. No. Okay. Number 3, if you add exclamation marks at the end of text messages or even work emails, just to make sure that the person receiving it knows for certain your tone is like jovial. You're like, oh, it's not that serious. I'm not mad at you. Then you read it back later and you're like, oh my God, I sound like an idiot. Okay, and last but not least, this one is my bread and butter. Every time you get home from any sort of social interaction, you have to do a performance review in your head, okay? You have to go over, did my jokes land? Did I accidentally offend anybody? Did I laugh at something that wasn't actually supposed to be a joke? When that person talked about their dad dying, did I react appropriately? Should I have been more sympathetic? Should I have cried when they talked about their dad dying? If you are replaying it over and over again, all right, welcome home. Today, what we're talking about, needing to be liked. Okay, this is very different from wanting to be liked. Wanting to be liked, that's great. We love people who want to be liked because it means that they're probably likable. They probably aren't a dick. They're probably the person that would help you move or give you advice or come to your birthday party even though you don't know them that well, but you need numbers. Okay? So that's great. Needing to be liked? No, that's a disease. It is all consuming. If you don't like me, I will die. I will perish. I will cease to exist. And not only do I need you to like me, I'll actually shapeshift into whatever version of me I think you'll like best, which normally is actually some version of you. So it's like when people say like, oh, I love your personality. I'm like, oh, thank you. But actually, I'm just mirroring you. So what you actually like is yourself. I'm like, I have no idea what that would be like, but yeah, that's what you're liking. So I'm living my life like this chameleon shapeshifter. And it actually takes a toll on you when every room you walk in, you start with the assumption, the baseline, that everyone in that room doesn't like you. And you're like, okay, another challenge. I have to work my way up. I have to win their approval. It changes how you act and how you show up completely. In fact, it probably makes you way less likable when you really think about it, right? We hate to try hard. The irony. And then on top of that, to add insult to injury, if I get the slightest feeling that I'm not liked or that something has shifted, right? Somebody has gone from liking me to, God forbid, not liking me. So sound the fucking alarm. Like, I have to go away now. I have to go to sleep now forever. It's terrible. It's the worst feeling in the world. It feels like the world has been ripped out from under my feet. And if you know, like that feeling, you're out to dinner with the girls, okay? It's your friend's birthday dinner. Everyone's having a good time. You're vibing. You're getting cute photos. You're having a martini. Oh no, all of a sudden, You get a text from the guy that you're seeing and he's like, I'm so sorry, I can't make our date tomorrow. Oh, okay. I'm so sorry. So you hate me now? Oh my God. You're breaking up with me even though we're not dating. You're breaking up with me even though we're not together. That's crazy. And then all of a sudden you're not having a good time anymore. I don't care whose birthday it is. My man just told me he hates me. I don't care whose birthday it is. Have a fun birthday. I'm going home. I have a couch that needs me to cry into it for a bit. But that is what it feels like. It's such an exaggerated, ridiculous feeling. And it doesn't even have to be that deep. Like, maybe you send a friendly message in your group chat with your friends. You're like, oh, what's everybody up to this Friday? Maybe we catch a pint. Crickets. Nobody answers. You're like, okay, well, first of all, I'll just go fuck myself. What did I do? And then you're in your head, you're like, nobody wants to grab a pint this Friday. Everybody's mad at me. They've probably made a second group chat called I Hate Carla. And they're just like all grabbing pints Friday to talk about how much they hate me. But that is where my brain goes. And literally, it's like the simplest little things. It doesn't even matter if it's someone I don't know. It could be the flight attendant. I'm boarding my flight and I notice she's saying, have a good flight, have a good flight, have a good flight. I walk through, nothing. Oh, what did I do? Was it something that was my aura? Was I giving off an I hate flight attendants aura? Am I going to be put on the no-fly list? I'm like, what do I have to do to make her like me? I'll spend the rest of the flight like writing her a poem. I'm like, does she need an e-trans? Should I send her should I Venmo her? What do I have to do to get the flight attendant to like me? It's ridiculous. So what is this disease and where does it come from? For me personally, I went over this with my therapist lately. I do think for me personally, it comes from grade 5 when, I don't know if I'm going to get sued for this or not, but Kale, F you by the way, told me in grade 5, you're hot as hell, but your personality sucks. Crazy work. First of all, who's hot as hell in grade 5? Like, where did you learn that language? Also, conversely, the most backhanded compliment of my life, I'm hot as hell? Hell yeah. My personality sucks? Oh no. And then I internalized this to kind of be the way that I showed up in, society and with men for the rest of my life. Still unpacking that. Thank you, Kale. But in all honesty, I do understand, in ancient times, social groups were a necessity for shelter and for food, for being accepted by the group. It was basically essential for survival to be accepted by a group. I wouldn't have survived because I'm not likable. But it does make sense that we have this predisposition to seek this sort of social approval. And that's why it's normal to want to be liked to a degree. But when you start to layer anxiety, low self-esteem, people-pleasing tendencies, it kind of does become this never-ending game that you simply can't win. And there's so many downsides to needing to be liked. First of all, you're setting yourself up for failure, okay? Because it's impossible to be liked by everyone. And as I say that, I'm like, no, it's not. I can do it. But it is. It's impossible. And I feel like we all know those people that are kind of like, everybody likes them. Like you know one. You can think of one. Everybody likes them. And I'm like, how are they doing it? Are they a bot? I don't understand. I'm like, why can't that be me? What am I doing wrong? But it's hard for me to say this. Even though I know it's true, I still also don't believe it. Someone not liking me or loving me doesn't mean I'm unlikable. It doesn't mean I'm unlovable. Okay? It's like if someone doesn't like fried chicken, does that mean fried chicken isn't good? Like, can you imagine someone says they don't like fried chicken? I'm running around on the streets. I'm like, oh my God, did you guys hear the news? Like, fried chicken's not good. It's not good. Like, I heard that someone didn't like it. It's not likable. Should I stop eating it? I'm never going to eat it again. Like, that's insane. Imagine thinking that way. But it's so hard to apply that same logic to ourselves. Like, okay, someone doesn't like me. Great. That's just their taste. I'll move on. We also tend to lose ourselves kind of constantly trying to be some version of ourselves to please other people. So if you feel like you don't really know who you are, these things go hand in hand. And people will be like, well, just be yourself. Just go in there and be yourself and put your best foot. I'm like, what does that mean? Be myself. I'm like, I'm going to need to know which self you want me to be. I have a few different, I don't have a one self. I have many selves. Which one should I be? I don't. So I really think that if I didn't have this kind of like shaky sense of self and I truly liked myself, I wouldn't have to worry about how much other people liked me or approved of me or validated me. And it's like that example I said earlier. You're out with your friends and you get a text that makes you feel some type of way. You can go from a 10 out of 10 mood to a 0 out of 10 mood back to a 10 out of 10 in literally a span of a couple minutes just because of somebody else, right? It's scary having your emotional, having your emotions depend on other people. And it's not healthy. It's just easy, right? It's cheap. It's like a gas station hot dog. You're like looking at it and you're like, man, I do think that would fill me up. But I know it's not going to feel good inside. And then you eat it and you're like, no, I was right. It feels like I have to go to the bathroom in a bad way. You're full, but it feels so wrong. And the worst thing is, it's often not even real, right? It's not even, oh, they don't like me. It's the perception of them not liking you. And I recently went through, and I have a recent story about this. It's actually so recent that it's still humbling me a little bit. It's still a little bit raw, a little bit embarrassing. But I was seeing a guy. We were a couple weeks in. It was feeling pretty breezy, honestly, which is crazy for me because in this dating economy, 3 weeks is a lifetime. We were married, okay? We were expecting our first child. But no, it was going well. There were no spirals. We were spending a lot of time together. And so I had plans to go out that night to a concert at a church with my friend Emily and her family. First and foremost, those Friday night plans really are indicative of the kind of space I was in mentally. Like, I was in a good mood. I was feeling myself. I'm validated. This guy likes me. I don't normally subject myself to hanging out with people's families, okay? And I don't mean to sound like a bitch, but I like not having to people please, right? We're going to circle right back to the theme here. Like, when I'm with people's families, I feel like I have to put on some fake version of myself and be like all like bubbly and cute, and that ain't me. So I don't normally do that unless I have to. But that said, her family is super sweet. I love them. But we're at this also church. I don't go to church. I'm not religious. But, church event with your family on a Friday night? I'm there. I'm feeling myself. I'm good. So we go. And it's like this concert. It's wholesome. It's Friday night. I'm like, I'm not like the other girls. I don't need to be out drinking on a Friday night. I'm at church with my friend and her family. I'm a good girl. So we're vibing. And I send him a text. And I say something along the lines of, I'm just at this church thing with my friend Emily. I'll probably be home in an hour or so if you want to head over. Again, I'm just assuming he's coming over because we've been spending a lot of time together. And I'm feeling myself. I'm like, it's no problem. He loves me. He texts me back and says something along the lines of, I'm feeling kind of tired. I don't know if I'll be able to make it. Actually, no, I'm going to pull up the text because I think in my head, I like made it a catastrophe when it was really actually nothing. But this is exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. No, the text actually said, what time are you thinking? I'm just laying down now, feeling kind of tired. In my mind, that was him breaking up with me. I'm like, feeling kind of tired? Why don't you just say you fucking hate me and you don't want to see me anymore and you're not coming over tonight and it's over? Who is she? You have another girl over. You're cuddling. That's cute. Yeah? No, that's literally where my head goes. I'm not kidding you. I grow horns. I'm not in church anymore. I'm in the demon center. I'm looking around. I'm like, there's a dark cloud over my head. It's pouring rain. Emily and her parents, they're like snapping their fingers, drinking wine, having fun. I'm like, how could you have fun at a time like this? Don't you know? I like look over. I nudge Emily. I show her the text. She looks at my phone. She's like, gives me like a thumbs up. I'm like, what? I'm like, this isn't a time for jokes. She's like, I don't understand what the problem is. And I'm like, okay. I'm just going to like find the fire exit and tuck and roll out of here. I'm not kidding though. Like I honestly felt like I was having a panic attack. I remember being like, I can't be here anymore. I need to leave. Like it's over between me and this guy. And by the way, if it's over between me and him, I may as well die because I've put all of my self-worth into the hands of a stranger I barely know, as I tend to do. I actually have the text in front of me, so let me look. Yeah, 9 minutes. 9 minutes in hell is what I'll call it in the church. 9 minutes of hell in the church. 9 minutes goes by. Oh, I did reply to him. I said, KK, no worries. Low-key, super bitchy. KK, no worries. I'm like fucking riddled with worries. I've never been this worried in my life. My like calves are sweating. My shins are sweating. I didn't even know my shins could sweat. I'm that worried. KK, no worries. It's all good. He texts me back 9 minutes later. He goes, I'm feeling better. I'm going to head over soon. Hallelujah. Okay? Kumbaya. I'm suddenly like, I'll be part of the band. I want to get up and do a piece on how good life is. I'm going to do my original called I Love Life. And I'm loved by a man. That's how it felt, though. It's like literally 10 out of 10 mood, 0 out of 10 mood. Oh, I got a text that validated me, back to 10 out of 10 mood. In the span of like 15 minutes. I remember receiving that text that he was coming back over and like feeling my mood shift so intensely and just thinking to myself, I need to call my therapist. I was like, this is not good. Like, it's not healthy. It's really, really scary, actually. And a lot of the time, it really isn't even about the guy or the girl or the other person. It's just about wanting to feel loved, wanting to feel validated, wanting to feel worthy. So it does beg the question, how do we fix this? And I don't think I'm fixed, okay? But I do think I've learned a couple things. First of all, recognizing that not being liked, it like pains me to say this, not being liked actually has an upside. It means that you're probably being true to yourself, which is ironic, right? Because being true to yourself and being authentic, yep, it actually makes you more likable. It also weeds out the people that you probably do not want in your life anyway, right? Like, would I rather be myself and have some people hate me, but the ones who do like me, I know they like me for who I am? Or conversely, I can be fake as fuck and have people hate me anyway because people are going to hate no matter what. And then the people who like me, I'm like, well, do they even like me or do they like my fake personality, right? The other thing, is it logical to expect everyone to like the same things? Is it logical to expect everyone to like everything? Again, if somebody doesn't like fried chicken, am I going to freak the fuck out? No, they just don't like that one thing. That's fine. That's their taste. It's scary, but I do ask myself, like, what would happen if I just stopped trying to people please? And my friend Dave, who often has a lot of very helpful little anecdotes that really make you think, he said to me at one point, loving yourself isn't necessarily a feeling, right? It's not like you look in the mirror and you're like, I love myself, and you say it 10 times and then all of a sudden a genie appears and they're like, you do love yourself. It's an action, right? It's treating yourself like you would treat someone you love. So maybe you set a boundary. You do something for yourself. You change your inner dialogue just for a minute, right? Instead of the constant self-hate and self-doubt. It's, you know what, I do have this. Maybe you don't fucking text your ex that time that you want to text them so bad it's literally feels like there's a demon inside you. But you just say, no, not today, demon. You don't do something that you know is going to get you hurt down the line. And I'm not saying you do it all at once, but like you take that one step. And I think the love for yourself comes after the action, right? You start taking those actions and slowly you notice there is love for yourself. I don't know. I'm not there yet. I'm working on it. Okay, so we're going to go into the best segment of the show, in my opinion, the Don't Think Deep Dive, where I get to hear from you guys. I love this because it makes me feel a little less crazy. I'm not just here to make you feel less crazy. You guys got to do the same for me. So I asked the question, what was a time when you thought somebody was mad at you or hated you, but really you were just overreacting or spiraling in your head? Let's hear from Kayla.
This isn't a specific story as much as it is like an obnoxious reoccurring issue, which is I have 4 good friends. It used to be 7, but 3 have moved away because they hate me. So that's personal. They obviously just hate me. They moved. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like, one of them went to Columbia Law School and is basically Elle Woods. No, she hates me. She moved away. Anyway, but my favorite is I'll literally realize that I haven't talked to the remaining 4 in our core group in weeks. 2 of them are moms. So, like, and I'm not a mom. So that's just a different life stage. And I'll be like, wow, they haven't talked to me in ages. They must hate me. And like 2 of them are like, those are best friends. My best friends of the original 7 moved. So like, that was personal. They hate me. And so like, there's 2 other girls that are best friends and they hang out a lot, and that's fine because they live right next to each other, but they definitely hate me. It's definitely personal. And then I'll sometimes go like 2 weeks without talking or texting them, and I'm like, they clearly hate me. So then I'll just text them and be like, oh my gosh, hey, like, how are you? How are you doing? Like, let's get coffee. And then it's fine, but I kind of wonder, is it fine? I don't think so.
How, Kayla? Oh, my sweet girl. I like how you kept repeating, they definitely hate me. That sounded like an inner monologue of my own brain. It was chaos. It was, well, then this, but then do they hate me? They definitely hate me. And then one of them moved away because she's Elle Woods. She went to law school. They definitely hate me. But it's very relatable. 10 out of 10, understand you. If my friend hangs out with their other friends, that's personal. They hate me. If they move, the audacity, you're going to move? I thought we had something. You hate me that much that you have to move to get away from me. And then often I do have the thought, am I self-centered? Maybe it's not about me. No, it is. It's about me. Okay, let's hear from Alex.
Carla, how am I supposed to ever believe that someone wouldn't hate me even if they showed me all the evidence that they don't?
And that's just it, Alex. That's just it. Honest to God, I think my closest friends and family could throw a surprise party for me. Just for me, with signs that said, like, we love you. You're the best person in the whole world. And I could show up and dead seriously sit in the middle and be like, yeah, but like, do you guys even like me? Like, would you guys like me if I was a worm? Would you guys like me if I shaved my head and I couldn't make you laugh anymore? Like, that's literally, it's so self-indulgent. I'm like, you might be showing me all the signs that you care about me and you love me, but my brain will find a way to contort it into evidence that you wish me dead. And that's just it. All right. Let's hear from Michael.
I mean, there was a time legitimately my friend was in a really serious accident in a coma, and I progressively got more angry in messages like, yo dog, why you ignoring my calls? Anyway, yeah, got straight up in a coma, so it was pretty fucked up. Anyway, have a good one. If this is even Carla, probably isn't, but well, you never know.
Now imagine waking up from a coma and you're just like, I'm so grateful to be alive, and you look at your phone and your friends are like, I always knew you hated me. They're like, yeah, I knew it. You're dead to me. And you're like, I actually almost died, but okay. No, this actually reminds me, okay, this is such a terrible story, but for me, it makes me look so bad. This reminds me of when I was in high school. I think I was in grade 11. My high school boyfriend, God bless his soul, sweetheart. I actually saw him the other day. My dog was taking a shit on the street, and he walked by me and he was like, is that your dog? And I was like, no, it's just a random dog whose shit I clean up. You know me, professional dog walker. I honestly didn't know what to say. I was like, oh, and then my dog tried to bite him, and I was like, okay, love you, babe. Anyway, when we were in high school and dating, he didn't text me back for a couple of hours. And now, mind you, I want to preface this with the fact that I've done some healing. I was a lot crazier back then, okay? And I start freaking out. I can only imagine the wrath that I unleashed on this man because he didn't text me back for 3 hours. Don't I eventually hear from him and he goes, oh, I'm sorry. I left my phone at home. We had to rush our family dog to the vet to get him put down. Oh. Okay. So you didn't think to borrow your brother's phone and give me a call, let me know? Like, pardon me. Do you mind? I'm kidding. That's crazy. Honestly, Michael, I'm sorry. I hope your friend's all right, though. Wild work. Okay, let's hear from Adam.
My best friend called me on Sunday and asked me if I wanted to have lunch on Monday and if I was available. I was. So I just thought, of course, immediately, she hates me. I did something wrong. She's wanting to break up with me. She's never going to be my friend again. Nope, comma. She just wanted to be my friend even more and let me know that she was falling for a guy and needed advice. And I was the first person she thought of.
Yeah, that hits home. I mean, like, this is just our anxiety brain and how it operates, right? If somebody asks me to go for coffee, okay, they're breaking up with me. Doesn't matter if they're a friend, boyfriend. It's like your boss. It's like, oh, can you meet tomorrow morning? Oh, sorry, I don't have time to get fired tomorrow morning. I'm busy. I can't meet. But that's how my brain works. It's like you just always assume catastrophe, right? Like, and then it usually turns out to be the opposite. I don't know. That's crazy. Okay, let's do one more. This is from Nick.
Yeah, imagine walking into any social scenario in which you have to talk to people and automatically thinking inside your head that they dislike you and how that affects how you speak to them and what you say and just how you're engaged in the conversation. If it's always in the back of your head that these people hate me, how much does that affect you socially? And how much do you want to just get the fuck out of there? Even though you know it's not true. Like, I'm totally socially aware, or socially, I am, what was I trying to say? See, this is what happens. Self-aware, super self-aware. I know it's not true. I know that people don't hate me, but it's crazy how much it affects your overall mood when you're talking to people, when you're consistently thinking about how much they hate you.
And I think I actually said that earlier in the episode. Like, this is a great note to end on because it is the curse of needing to be liked while at the same time feeling like everybody hates you for really no reason. And all I can say is that I'm so glad you guys sent me those clips so that I feel like I'm not alone. But yeah, I think what we should do today is we're all going to say one nice thing to ourselves as a step in the right direction. You guys go first. I'm not going to do it now. I don't have time right now. I'll do it later. I'll do it tonight. I swear I'll fit it in. But actually, thank you guys so much. That was so much fun. I love you guys. Do you love me back? Do you like me? Do you not like me? What do I have to do for you to like me? I'm kidding. If you like the episode, though, please do like, follow, share, subscribe, send it to a friend if you have any friends. They might all hate you. I don't know. But also follow me on Instagram, Carla Bazanson, so you can be a part of Don't Think in next week's episode. Send me your spirals, your thoughts, your questions, whatever it is. Bye, and I'll see you guys next Thursday. I love you, my warriors.